how come there's one for Aquarius and Capricorn? Well, I made the decision I'm going to redo those, but as of right now, I'm just going to do Pisces. Holy crap, that is bright. I'm going to do Pisces for right now, do just one, but if I feel like it, I'll just do them all in one take, but it'll depend. But anyway, so just like the rest of the other signs, come on, just okay, that too much rainbow action here, hon, too much. And then I just have to get this just right, otherwise it's gonna drive me nuts. No. That'll do. Oh, too bright. Okay, so just like every other sign, except pretty much what's been going on. I've been drawing one dark goddess, one daemon, and for Pisces, your deck is Lily the Scott. This is a very disturbing deck. That way you know beforehand. And just like before, intended for a Pisces Ascendant, but if you don't know if you're a Pisces Ascendant, you can just use your Pisces Sun sign, that's fine. And if you're cross-watching for a Pisces, enough of you guys did that, but try your best to avoid it. Got us there. And then our daemon. So our dark goddess is Chang'e for obsession. Don't be thinking it's the kind of obsession that you're thinking about. Like the, oh, I can't think of anything else. And the daemon is Ravart. I think that's how I pronounce it. And if I'm correct, this is actually one of Satanis's companions. If I'm correct. I mean, right off the bat, I'm getting this message. Devote and commit and prioritized securing and attending to those who are the elderly and provide devotion and giving some okay, sorry about that. I don't know what just happened, but anyway, as I was saying before, I was really interrupted by whatever happened. It's time to actually provide more focus and staying more fixated on providing servitude for those that are elderly and those that may not be in the happiest of mood. But the thing is that even though most of the time the elderly are a little bit cold, harsh, kind of point blank and very strict, what I'm really getting from this is still show your ability to devote and be able to serve them to the best of your abilities. If you have a specific trait, like if you've invested in a craft for a long time, because I'm getting a strong elderly energy from Ravart, and having it be Chang'e, because Chang'e was really devoted to her husband. I'm getting a strong pull to say, if you have a craft and you have a lot of experience with it, keep your devotion to it. And I mean, Satanas, as a divine, is very, very firm with maintaining heritage, maintaining history. Because if you're able to maintain history, the more likely less you're going to be making mistakes. And you won't be repeating them over and over again. But also remember, The elderly give the best advice, even if they're mean, but they give the best advice because they've lived their life. And if you have them guide you, you're not going to go wrong. They know what's best to do. And that's pretty factual. You can learn so much just by listening to one of them. Even if they're telling you, you're a stupid little brat, listen to them. Look past the coldness, maintain the devotion, and you'll learn so much. At least that's what these two oracles are saying. Now for the Tarot, look at this card. And again, this deck can be kind of a little bit dark meat and like, okay, we have 3 babies getting stabbed, but that's just how this deck is. It's like a comical of what the heck's going on here. 5-card pull, but if I need clarity, I'll just keep pulling. And then some other readings I've actually done, like I pull a card and I say something, then I just randomly pull another card. Maybe we'll just see how it goes. First card, Knight of Swords. Next card, Ace of Pentacles. Next card, He Who Is Hung, but he's not hung no more because he's been dismantled or set free. Kind of bony though. Not that kind of bony, you nasty. Oh, Lord. Ah. 3 of Wands. And our last one. And the Emperor. Okay, so what I'm getting out of this. Firstly, there may be a figure or and I don't know why I'm getting it this way, but there's a figure or an entity, and also there's a lot of on his robe, the number 8, which is Saturn, which is Saturn's number. So possibly, I don't know why this popped in my head, but I mean, there's a strong pull of Saturnus that I'm getting from this. So if you are practicing the left-handed path, and if you're of Saturnus, Lucifer, or any of those divines on the left, truthfully, you actually might be having Saturnus giving you a 3D or some kind of blessing on the physical plane, or is going to be granting you an opportunity to bring into the physical world something that's needed. And funny enough, this gift may actually be releasing you from something that's been keeping you bound. And what might have been keeping you bound is probably not being able to fully, because in this depiction, this person is not wearing pants, so probably what I'm getting, Saturnus is probably freeing you from a situation where you're not really sure on how to proceed, and something's amiss. So he's giving you a gift to actually help you be able to take the physical action with the Knight of Swords. But with this Knight of Swords, though, I mean, the knight is stabbing his own horse. This thing is that. So probably or even this maybe. Saturn is taking note and watching you and just keeping tabs on you, or there's an authoritative figure just keeping tabs on you, and probably maybe not really doing what's best, and you're kind of making rash decisions and you're not being more wise about something, or you're not taking the proper precautions regarding something. You may be swinging too quick. So he instead may actually give you a tip that may release you from kind of being not in the present moment. And not being able to see clearly, because I can't get over this part of the Three of Wands. The person is not wearing pants. He is wearing a tuxedo top and no pants. So probably he's not really aware. So Saturn is probably giving you a tip to help you realize that, and releasing you from this situation of not being able to see clearly. Give me 3 more for just guidance or suggested courses of action to take. What's best? Temperance. And I like how this Temperance card is. Temperance with 3 of Swords. That's a dark one. The Queen of Swords. This is not a Queen of Sass, just saying. So. Your advice is you may have to disarm yourself and not come off as hostile. But at the same time, you may have to put Anastasia. You may have to put an end to something that you really don't want to kill because you probably invested in it with a lot of your time and energy. But because it's something that's it's not a healthy situation, because look at this Knight of Swords again. This Knight of Swords is stabbing his own horse. He's harming what's helping him. So you may have to submit to seeing that something is not for its best. And again, because since this individual with the 3 of Wands is not wearing any pants, he's not properly arming himself for the condition. So you may have to actually lay to rest that. And you can't be in a state of fear and anxiety with this Temperance. And if you notice in the back right here, there's two figures right there. There's a woman figure with a cup, and then there's a man figure with his back to the statue. But if you look over here, there's a long black-haired figure right there. So possibly this could be Saturn in the background, just keeping tabs. And one of the things he does, where is he? He's always watching. And one of the things that I say about him, as a quote-unquote adversary, and as I use etymology to like kind of break it down more, an adversary usually, most of the time, isn't someone who directly opposes you. Instead, what's an adversary? An adversary is a challenger. Who can be a challenger? A teacher, a parent, a guru figure, a friend, the principal, the dean. Well, Pisces moon, I like that position because you find stability by going and actually you find stability through connecting to people and understanding more perspectives, if that makes sense. when you're able to see another perspective, or learn of another perspective, or see through another person's point of view, that brings you stability, as well as being able to let yourself and your imagination go. That brings you stability. And also, Pisces moon is probably, if not one of the most creative signs out of all of them. That's just how the placement is. That's just how it is. And also, funny enough, Pisces is also the sign of devotion. So you find stability through something being able to devote to you and bring you commitment. But anyway, so the idea, now that using etymology, which is the study of words, an adversary is not something that's always malefic or purposely getting in your way to stop you. A challenger is also an adversary, but a challenger is also someone who doesn't challenge you by like saying like, come on and fight me. No. A challenger could be saying, oh, you think you've learned your lesson? Okay, prove it. Let me see. Show me. Show me that you've learned the lesson. Show me that you have grown. Prove it. Make me proud. Show me. If you've learned the lesson, you can do it no problem. And that's another thing about Saturninus. He is a very phenomenal, but also very strict kind of a teacher. He's realistic, practical. If it's not making any sense, he'll tell you it doesn't make sense. But when you're proving something, you have to give it your all. He's not doing it in a way to be, in your face, like, oh, you think you're slick? Prove it. No. He's actually indirectly, how to put this? Indirectly, he's actually pushing you to give your 100% every time. That's how he's doing it. Prove it. You think you know what you're doing? Show me. It's a hidden understanding that a lot of people don't see. When something is telling you to prove it, are they actually saying to prove it because they don't believe you? Or are they saying to prove it to actually show it the best you can do it? So in this situation, if it involves an elderly figure or maintaining or preserving the past, this might be a time to actually show that you understand what was handed down to you by an elder figure. But you cannot be afraid. Because, again, with this depiction, you have a woman, but there's also a man over there with a pretty old style wig that can be like an elder figure, but she's kind of deathly afraid. And in the background, you can see the guy with the black hair just watching. So, make sure you actually put out your full effort and give it your best. And you may have to surrender to something that's not really allowing you to be your best. And even though it has to be done, you may have to put an end to something that's not really helping you the best. And even if it mortifies you, things that don't serve you and things that don't help you must die. They must go. Don't like literally go out and, take out someone. No. But if something is being a hindrance, you have to let it go. You need to set yourself free. Because whatever is holding you back is not leaving you in the best condition. Because, well, he forgot his pants. But you'll be able to be more grounded and actually be given a reward if you follow through with this. And at least that's what I've got for you Pisces. This was a longer one than compared to the other ones. But anyway, that's what I got, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed. I might go live again in about an hour or so, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't sleep because I'm usually more active at night, but we'll see what happens then.